This one is my latest painting that I did. I'm calling it The Sounds of Blackness, and it's me trying to draw a parallel between Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ, or Mary, the mother of God, as based on Catholicism, and also the black woman in the African diaspora. Mary being the Afro-Semite, having a son who was also murdered or killed a state-sanctioned death, which I see the parallel of the black women in America today still having to, not only in America but in the world today, still have to suffer the loss of their son being killed a state-sanctioned death. And this is pretty much what goes on in America today, and it's still going on. So this is a traditional painting of Mary, the Mother of God, demounting Jesus Christ off the cross. This is actually called the brutality of the cross. I painted this one about 2 years ago, and I got inspired to do this series of drawing the parallel by a pastor named Richard Honeywell, who talks about Mary, the Mother of God, being the Afro-Semite, and do black women see themselves in the person of Mary? Most black women would relate to the characters in the Bible, like Esther, the virtuous woman, Naomi, and so on and so forth, based on the characteristics that they have, or based on the character that has been communicated throughout the Bible. But how often do they look at themselves and see themselves in comparison as Mary, the Mother of God, or Mary, the Mother of Jesus Christ? There's very similar parallel with how Mary being pregnant as a single woman, the scars and the trauma that she faces as a woman, being pregnant without being married, which is what most young women face today. So the quest of this series was to draw that parallel, and I know there are more pieces coming, and I'm going to work on it and give you guys more detail and show the pieces as the time goes on. But these two pieces are actually going to be as part of my exhibit at the Spoonfed New York City restaurant in 331 West 51st Street in Manhattan. And I'm just trying to set up and document the setup as I go along. These two pieces are actually available for sale. They're going to be on a silent auction, and if you want to actually purchase anything, you can go to the silent auction, or you can inbox me, or you can email me at ileadbydesign@aol.com, or call me at 347-416-0180. These are small prints that I have made of some of my original work. Most of my work are ranging from 60 inches, 5 feet by 48, 5 feet by 4 feet, and some of them by 34 by 36. So, and also the model that I'm using to make art available to all financial groups, to all earning groups, to all income groups, is to make prints that are available and making good art available to people of all income grades. So these are going to also be on sale. I believe we're pricing these at $50 for double matted. Some of them are double matted, glass framed, still quality good art that are printed and framed for people who cannot afford to spend money on originals right now. Okay, this one is actually an original piece, Solitude. Someone asked me what Solitude looks like, and I actually got this painting from one of my mentees that I was mentoring. She's now an attorney in New York State, and she had posted this picture in Instagram, and with her permission I duplicated the painting, and it's original. It's also available for sale. Okay, and here we go with my sisterhood painting, which depicts women from all genre. You see some of them with traditional African attire, some of them with Western attire. Still, as a community of women, they still have to work together to bring the world's to greatness. Part of my neo-African expressionism is to depict characters or situations that influence my African thinking and my African thought. And coming to America, one of the things that did that for me was McDonald's. Spending time in McDonald's, working in McDonald's for a very long time. This is called father and son, and actually having moments together. The dad just came from work with his boots and his toolbox next to him, and the son is eating and looking up at the father. But is the father actually there? And is the boy actually there? The question is the father actually longing for a relationship he wanted with his dad, or is the boy sitting there longing for a relationship with his dad? So those are all existential questions that I was going through when I painted it. So it just looked like a boy and a dad sitting down, but there was a lot of other things that were in play as I was working on the piece. Okay. Next to it, I have the woman with the flute. You're gonna see some of the originals here as we go through the tour. This is a woman playing the flute. It's a print, matted and framed, and it's all going to be available at Spoonfed restaurants, or you can call me 347-416-0180, and we can talk about purchasing. I also have a Shopify store where if you give me your phone number, I can send you the link and you can make the purchase from there. Okay, and this of course is Barack Obama. I did it with a different style, multicolor, to demonstrate his multiculturalism. The original is actually available for sale, but it's not here today. It's a 60 by 48, and that's available as well for sale. So moving right along through the dining room, we have a small bar here where we're going to probably have cocktail being served during the exhibits on Saturday. Some Hennessy cocktails, if that's your thing, it will be available here. This piece here I did about 3 years ago. It's called State of the Union. Actually, 2 years ago, when after the inauguration of Donald Trump, and it's actually called the State of the Union, which is the American flag inverted in a distressed state, and the character is actually standing on our civil liberties, the things that are precious to us, the Constitution of the United States, the Holy Bible, the Quran, and the Torah. So on the hands you have the sickle and the hammer, which were all symbols of the old USSR, how we're being played into the hands of the Soviet Union or Russia. This piece here is a knife hand painted technique that I used. 60 by 48 is an original piece of biggest small, and it's available. And right up top of it, it's some young girls going to school. My inspiration came from living in Freetown, Sierra Leone, a school called FSSG, Freetown Secondary School for Girls, and the girls will be going to school. And this is one of the memories that I have. So the picture is available for sale. This is another piece that I did. It was inspired by a musician called Sage Gallen. He did a song called Bruised Under My Clothes, and I liked it. I listened to it, and the trauma of womanhood and stuff came through my mind, and I was able to put this down on canvas. 60 by 48 oil on canvas. This painting is the bigger version, the original of the woman playing her flute. 60 by 48 oil on canvas. And right above of it is Mary Mary. I'm not sure if you can actually see it with the glare. Let me come around. It's basically my thought and my expression of Mary and Mary going into the tomb on Easter Sunday, and the angel telling them that Jesus Christ is not here. So moving right along, we have the print, which is part of my business model, is to do the original pieces and then photograph them, make the prints myself and frame them. So everything that you see here is actually done by myself. Nothing is outsourced. I purchased the frame and actually frame and mat them myself. This painting is called So Selfie. It was actually inspired by one of my co-workers when I worked in Applebee's in Flatbush Avenue. I think her name was Robin. Yeah, cell phones had just came out and I caught her taking a selfie of herself, I think, and I used the picture and painted it. Okay, so this is again another is a 10 by 11 print that's available. This is 10 by 11. This is by Njima painting, which is like one of the principles of Kwanzaa, where everyone works together collectively, and we depict 3 women working collectively to bring food into the storehouse, bring food into their homes, and make their home run efficiently. This painting here, I call this one the Immigrant Girl. It's also a 16 by 20. It's an original. What my thoughts are after I take it down, I might put bars, keep her in bars, symbolizing our immigration policies of separating indigenous kids from their parents, and holding them hostage. This is a print 10 by 11 of Hoover, Jay-Z. The original was actually a 48 by 36, but this is a print that was framed and color matted. Okay, and here is another print as well. All of these paintings are available for sale if you're interested in them. They're part of the silent auction, or you can contact me. And here we go with another one of my prints of my original work called Fellowship. And that should be it. No, we have one more. This painting here was actually inspired by the name of the restaurant, Spoonfed. So you got the soup cooling lips and the spoon there, and there's other things you can look for in the painting as well that's there, so you can spend some time and look at it and see if you can catch what those nuances are. So this is what it is. I'm set up to do the show on Saturday at 331 East 52nd Street in Manhattan. The name of the restaurant is West 52nd Street, West 51st Street, in Manhattan. And you can give me a call, 347-416-0180. So thank you, and I hope I see you guys on Saturday.